what earth are we going to leave our children? What nothingness are we building? Ladies, gentlemen, I address you, those of the 1%, the great, rich and powerful ones, who still think our world can live free, in peace and happy. Presidents, sovereigns, heads of government, ministers, secretaries, MPs, senators, leaders of powerful multinational companies and banks, lobbyists and influential people of all kinds. I don't address those who try to anesthetize me, those who consider we are the new vessels of a castle which they so well knew how to build, their ants frightened by attacks, by irreparable ecological damages, by unemployment, by poverty and lack of education, cannon fodder exposed to the weak ones that they let be born, little soldiers, sometimes a bit turbulent, and in the end always so obedient. Those who advocate hatred and intolerance. I have nothing but contempt for those. Fortunately, not all of you are these feudal oligarchs. Far from it, I know. I address you, ladies, gentlemen, who can and wish, I hope, to help me so that we exist differently. Unfortunately, you now form a whole with the vile omnipotence, whether you and I like it or not, that of a global kingdom. You remind it enough to us. Thus, during these few words, please don't hold it against me. I lump you a bit altogether. Sorry. I'm not an unconscious sheep. I'm standing. I'm awakened. And I'm angry, without hatred. Today still, and for too long now, the time of mourning. We have to heal our wounds, and we'll try to eradicate the barbarians. Those of Paris, Bamako, Tunis, London, Garissa, Manhattan, and so many others, before and since. Today still, and for too long now, the time of disparities, famines, poverty, species extinction, and multiple disorders. Today is also the one for the urgency of thinking, of informed decisions and anticipation to save us from these heinous acts, save our planet, and, why not, some sort of humanness. Today is the time to define another later, while we are closely threatened by the governance of nationalist intolerance and neo-totalitarian movements. You know it much better than me. Everything that's turned into a gigantic, laid-astray equation, crazy and so complex, almost insoluble according to some, in this big disorder, and lots are lacking, obviously. Mandatory growth, disproportionate consumption, return on investments required in the short term, obedience and excessive productivity demanded to all, for the prosperity of only a few, imposed and damaging increases of dividends, uncontrollable plunder of natural resources, accelerated destruction of the environment, mindless sales of arms to attractive belligerents, allies for a day, but already enemies of tomorrow, fallacious agreements, and deceitful military interventions for the access to fossil fuels, covert financing, windfall contracts with purveyors of misery and treasurers of hatred. Should I quote examples? Disregard for the have-nots, corruption, favorable tax treatment for the shareholders, low wages for the real actors of added value, abandonment of the nations without profitable resource, judicial and penal laissez-faire for unmasked influential ones against heavy sanctions for the spoil sports, little arrangements between high-ranking friends, cornering of the wealth, and solely masked lucrative neo-colonization of countries in distress, imperialist strategies, race for immediate and devastating profits, monopolization of the benefits, for the good of so few. Belly full, worry, unemployment, poverty, lack of access to healthcare and education, misunderstanding, revolt, violence, exacerbated communitarism, extremism, wars, uncontrolled epidemics for lack of real help, terrorism, drinking water scarcity, exasperation, loss of prospects and hope, lack or high cost of food, instrumentalizations, amalgams, deadly and desperate migratory movements, ecological natural disasters, fear of today and tomorrow, for the misfortune of the others. Ladies, gentlemen, is this what you're going to let continue? So what's your meaning of life? What do you fundamentally do to change the parameters of this sickly and perverse equation? What new models of society are you able to sketch? When will you propose alternative systems for tomorrow? Will you then assume the decisions and consequences? You are always so silent and discreet on these topics. Because humanity is in peril, because our survival and fundamental values are compromised in the name of the economic or political interests of a tiny minority, because you want to preserve your privileges, your power, your money, your so-protected microcosm, because you persist in maintaining an obsolete system that is only valid in your view, because you hesitate, because you procrastinate, because you refuse the differently, because you accept the roads, you let grow monsters, human and natural. You lead us to disaster. So assume now, you've done what we become. Together, you and your recent predecessors have a lot to answer for what happens to us and will possibly occur. Reason for our present and our future. Stop flying by the seat of your pants, thinking and acting only to your liking and own immediate interests. Clean up your own backyard. Stop analyzing and deciding in silos. Terrorism on one side, climatic disaster on the other one, stock market crashes, epidemics, exaggerated nationalisms, ethnic wars, or religious or ideological radicalizations, here and there. You know very well, much better than me, that everything's no unfailingly linked. Energy, defense, medicines, water, food, balanced distribution of wealth, environmental preservation. I have no miracle solution to all these interrelated problems. I have ideas, ideals, wishes, and my will. There's nothing I can do alone. Adapt your thought patterns, discuss, share, demonstrate, set up short-term actions for long-term and global cohesion. Take a break. Sit round the table together. Surround yourself at length with thinkers, economists, philosophers, artists, young people, physicists, workers, historians, researchers, elders, climatologists, farmers, scientists, and diverse theologians, children, Amazonian trees, doves, polar bears, and whales, and all those who will help you to draw possible futures. Listen, think, stop compromising for the purpose of your sole causes. Accept losing certain prerogatives for the other's betterment. Season the whole with a little ethics. Design, propose, act, anticipate. Take a deep breath. I don't know, set up a couple of globe mind maps from time to time. Why not, right? It will inspire you, I hope. Help me. Take on today. Project tomorrow for your children and mine. Allow me and give yourself the chance to change the world. And be human for the humanity. Ladies, gentlemen, stop letting our world debase itself and die to quench your personal electoral power or dividends greediness. You have the means, but so little time, to do that we can continue to live together, and if possible, better. You can a lot. Show that this is your will. Prove it. Get up together. As for me, very small citizen, unique and so numerous, despite it all, I commit myself to listening to you still a little. You should know, I don't care about consumerism at all costs. I don't want an unbridled growth and all that it entails. I want life together. I want the world to last. I'm ready to accept a lot. I will hear you and will make every effort if it's worth it. You should know, I've already started to live differently in spite of you. So I will fight. With, without, or against you. So today, I ask you the demonstration that you've heard me, no allegations. I ask you concrete proposals, no decoys. I ask you appropriate actions, no pretty words. It is the time now. I'm simplistic and utopian, or you may be smiling, but above all, sincere and angry. Get up now, otherwise I will be standing tomorrow without you. I won't be a message in a bottle. Get up. I'm standing. I'm standing.